Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like over on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, December the 13th, Friday the 13th. We got a 8-game slate tonight for Friday. Finally, a big slate this week. We've had a lot of small slates. I think we had one game on Monday, 2 games on Tuesday, 2 games on Wednesday, 3 games on Thursday. So it's been kind of annoying having so many small slates this week. We finally got 8 games for Friday. I've got 3 early player props that I do like for tonight's games. Taking a first look at the board on a Thursday night, recording this video the night before. So we're going to break down these 3 plays, guys, and we're going to share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account, which you can then use to play additional lineups. And any money you win off those is credit, which you can continue to play with or you can withdraw. So go sign up, guys. Use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks. Now, I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. And Sleeper has a new promo that they're doing for new users. So typically, Sleeper would match your first deposit up to $100. Then they announced a limited time promo where they match your first deposit up to $1,500. Well, now that promo has gone away and they're doing a new promo now for new users, which is their play $5, get $55. So this is a kind of similar to the Prizepicks new user promo. You sign up, you make a deposit, you don't have to put in a bunch of money. You can just deposit whatever the minimum is, which I think is like $10 or $5, something like that. Deposit the minimum, you play $5. It doesn't matter if you win or lose your first lineup on Sleeper, they're going to give you $55 to then play with. I'm pretty sure they give you that in, I think it's 11 $5 lineups. So I'm not a big fan of that. I think Sleeper probably should look at a different way to do that, but that's how they're doing it. Is you sign up, you make a deposit, you play a $5 lineup, and then you get 11 $5 lineups that you can play. They don't expire though, so that is good, and you can kind of choose when you want to use those $5 lineups. But if you do want to take advantage of that new promo on Sleeper, you can sign up and use promo code NOAH to get access to that. And for those of you that don't know what Sleeper is, really simple, easy DFS app to use, very similar to Prizepicks, where you just pick more or less on player projections. You build out an entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can win up to 100x your money. So go sign up, take advantage of their new promo where you play $5 and then you get $55 in lineups, free lineups added to your account. So go check out Sleeper and make sure to use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up. Now, before we talk through our plays for this slate on Friday, guys, I want to recap the 2 picks that we gave out in Thursday's video. So we split our 2 plays once again on Thursday. Very frustrating. We just can't seem to get a full sweep. We went 1-1 on the 2 plays we gave out. Gave out Yahoo under 11.5 rebounds, which was a sweat-free cash. Pirtle, really weird situation there. He got announced as doubtful like right before the game started, so it looks like Pirtle wasn't even going to play. And then he actually wound up coming off the bench, checking into the game, and he played like 30-something minutes off the bench. So clearly he was not injured. I mean, he was healthy, but luckily, just wasn't grabbing really any rebounds. And I think that that matchup for him against Miami was definitely a tough one from a rebounding perspective. So I liked his under there. That hit sweat-free. But unfortunately, we also took Malik Monk over 25.5 PRA, and Monk had a really poor game. First time as a starter, not going over that PRA line, playing over 30 minutes. He had gone under his last game, but that was a blowout where he didn't get full minutes. Tonight, he played full minutes and just didn't play that well. I think he had 5 points, 9 rebounds, and like 4 or 5 assists. Shot the ball really poorly, shot like 2 for 9 from the field, I think. Frustrating because when Monk plays over 30 minutes, I would typically bet on him going over 25.5 PRA. Just couldn't really find his shot. Just had a rough game overall. It is what it is, guys. We'll move on to Friday. We finally have a good slate with a lot of games, so there's definitely going to be props to choose from. Plenty of plays to look at, and I've got 3 plays I like. Let's hit all 3 of these plays for Friday. Let's get a win here on this Friday night slate. So the first prop that we're going to talk about that I do like is going to be a first half prop. So on Prizepicks, you can take first half props, which are under the NBA 1H stat type. And this is basically, it's very self-explanatory. It's just, a player's projection for the first half. And then you can, Prizepicks will basically take their full game projection. They'll split it in half. So the first half prop that I do like for Friday is going to be Jared Allen. And we're going to take Jared Allen for more than 6.5 points. So The reason I like this prop for the first half and not the full game is because this game against the Wizards does have a huge spread. The spread in this game, I think right now is like 16.5. The Cavs are huge favorites here, and they should probably blow out the Wizards. Obviously, it's not a guarantee they blow out the Wizards, but they're like 16, 17 point favorites. So very possible that Jared Allen doesn't quite get full minutes in this game. But when you're looking at a first half prop, it really doesn't matter what the score of the game is in the first half. We can expect Jared Allen to typically play around about anywhere from 15 to like 17 minutes. That's typically what he averages in the first half, and he's going to play those minutes regardless of what the score is. Now, sure, he could lose minutes if he gets in foul trouble or something like that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if you look at Jared Allen this season, he has gone over this first half points prop in 15 out of 25 games. And if you look at a lot of the games where he has gone under this line, a lot of those games have been tough matchups. Like he went under twice against Boston. He went under against Milwaukee. He went under against Miami, under against Denver, under against Orlando. Like those are really tough teams to score for centers. Those are tough matchups for centers. Now, he did go under against Chicago, which was definitely a really good matchup. He did go under last time he faced Washington, and I'm pretty sure I played his over 6.5 first half points in that game. He had 5 points in 16 minutes. Only had 2 shot attempts, though, which was obviously, that's definitely low for him. Jared Allen, he's not a volume scorer by any means, but he does really do well in matchups like this against Washington, which is a matchup for a team that gives up a lot of points in the paint. These are the type of spots that Jared Allen typically does well, like teams like the Bulls, the Raptors, the Wizards, these teams that just get killed around the rim. These are the type of matchups that Jared Allen can really thrive in. So I do like this spot a lot for him. You look at this season, the Wizards, they're giving up the most points per game to centers. They're also giving up the 3rd most points in the paint. Last season, the Wizards were a team that gave up a lot of points in the paint. I think they gave up the most points in the paint overall last season. Now, Jared Allen has already faced the Wizards twice this year. One game, he had 15 points in the first half, and then the other game, he only had 5 points. But I like his chances of going over 6.5 points in the first half just because the matchup here is so good. We don't have to worry about blowout risk when we're taking a first half prop. And I do also want to mention that Evan Mobley is questionable for the Cavs on Friday night. And if Evan Mobley gets ruled out, that's going to be a big boost for Jared Allen. Jared Allen plays really well with Mobley off the floor. He's historically put up better numbers with Mobley off the floor just because he's going to be able to really grab a lot of rebounds, be around the rim a lot, whereas Mobley can sometimes take away rebounds, can sometimes take away those putbacks that Jared Allen's good at getting. He can also sometimes soak up usage, which obviously Jared Allen, not a high usage center, but he mainly relies on lobs, dunks, stuff like that to get points, and those are going to be a lot easier to run when Jared Allen is the main big on the floor. So if Evan Mobley gets ruled out, this is going to look like an even better play. So really like this spot for Jared Allen, like him to go over 6.5 points in the first half in this matchup against the Wizards. That's going to be our first prop for Friday. Then the next prop we're going to take a look at is going to be a points prop on Kevin Porter Jr. And the prop that I'm liking here, points prop, 12.5 points. We're going to take him for less than 12.5 points. So if you do look at Kevin Porter Jr.'s game log lately, he has popped off for some big games. In his last 2 games, had 17 points against Minnesota, had 19 points against Houston. But you do have to look at the game against Houston. So that game was without James Harden, and Kevin Porter Jr. did start that game, wound up playing 37 minutes. James Harden is expected back for this game. So I think we're getting a little bit of an inflated line here on Kevin Porter Jr. just because of what he has done his last 2 games, one of those being without Harden. But when James Harden has played this season, Kevin Porter Jr. has typically not played a ton of minutes. He's typically been a guy that averages about anywhere from 16 to 24 minutes off the bench. He's typically not a guy that plays over 30 minutes. He's only played over 30 minutes once this season, and that was his last game, which was without James Harden. And if you look at the Rockets, you look at the Clippers, they do have no Derrick Jones Jr. right now. They have no Terrence Mann, so they're a little bit thin on the wing, but they still have plenty of guards they can give minutes to. They have James Harden back. They have Chris Dunn. They have Amir Coffey. Bones Highland has been playing pretty well lately. You would think Bones Highland has earned more minutes with how well he's been playing the last few games. So I don't know if Kevin Porter Jr. is just going to play a bunch of minutes again like he did last game. I'm expecting with James Harden coming back, Kevin Porter Jr. goes back to the bench, resumes his normal role of playing anywhere from 20 to 24 minutes. And if you look at what KPJ has done this season when he's played 24 minutes or less, he's gone under this points prop more times than not. I think when he's played 24 minutes or less, he has only gone over this points prop 3 times, One game was against Minnesota where he had 17 points. Shot the ball really well, though, 6 for 10 from the field. He did go over against Toronto, but also shot the ball well in that game, 5 for 9 from the field. And then he did go over against Phoenix, but had another pretty decent shooting game, 6 for 12 from the field. So like a lot of games this season where KPJ has gone over this points prop have been from just really, really efficient shooting. He went 8 for 18, which that was last game, but then 6 for 10, 5 for 10, 5 for 9, 7 for 16, 6 for 12. Those are the games he has gone over. That's what he's shot. So he's shot 50% or better from the field in like 5 of the 6 games he's gone over this points prop, not counting the game that James Harden missed. So I think as long as KPJ doesn't go out there and shoot the ball better, 50% from the field or better, we got a pretty good chance of cashing this under of 12.5 points. I'm expecting KPJ's minutes to come down a little bit. I think this line's a little bit inflated just because of what he did last game without James Harden. But with James Harden active and healthy, KPJ just hasn't really had much of a role. Maybe he's earned more of a role, because he played so well without Harden last game. But still, there's plenty of guards on this team that can take minutes away from KPJ, whether that be Chris Dunn, whether that be Amir Coffey, whether that be Bones Highland, who's been, again, playing well lately. So I like this under of 12.5 points on Kevin Porter Jr. That'll be our second prop for Friday night. And then the third prop that I'd like, third and final prop we're going to take a look at is going to be a prop on Devin Booker. And I like Devin Booker for more than 33.5 PRA. So Devin Booker's been putting up some really big games lately, but you do want to mention that these games have been without Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant, I believe, has been out their last 3 games. Kevin Durant is probable for today, so he's expected back for this game. Obviously, with KD out the last few games, Booker's played well. Had 34 PRA against the Pelicans, 32 against Miami, 36 against Orlando. Even with Kevin Durant coming back, I still like this spot a lot for Devin Booker going up against Utah. Utah has historically been a really good matchup for guards. They're really just a good matchup in general because Utah, just not a good defensive team. This season, they have the second worst defensive rating in the league. Only the Wizards have a worse defensive rating than Utah this season. So this is a really good matchup for the Suns overall. This is a spot where the Suns should be able to put up a lot of points. And if you specifically look at what Utah has given up to shooting guards, they're allowing the second most points per game. They're top 10 in rebounds allowed per game, and they're top 10 in assists allowed per game to the shooting guard position. So I really, really like this matchup for Devin Booker. Even with Kevin Durant coming back for this game, I'm still expecting Devin Booker to have a really big role. You look at what Devin Booker has had this season in terms of usage. He's still second on the team in usage, 27.8% usage rate. So he still had a really good usage rate this year, even playing alongside KD, playing alongside Booker, Beal, or excuse me, not Booker, but playing alongside Beal, playing alongside Tyus Jones, Yusuf Nurkic. He still had a usage rate almost near 28%. Booker still leading the team in potential assists as well. He's averaging 11.8 potential assists per game. So even with him now playing alongside Tyus Jones, Booker has still been doing a lot of facilitating. And then from a rebounding perspective, you don't expect Booker to go out there and get a bunch of rebounds, but he has averaged 7.3 rebound chances per game. He's averaging around 4 rebounds per game. With this line at 33.5 compared to some of his other lines, I think I like PRA the most just because Booker does give you some rebounding upside. Not saying he's going to go out there and get 9-10 rebounds, but he can do that. And if you look at his game log lately, Booker has had some good rebounding games lately, 4-4, 4-9, 3-3, 2-3, and then you get the assist upside too because obviously Booker can facilitate. He's been assisting really well lately, 7-7, 2, 5, 9, 4, 10, 5 assists over his just last few games. I think I like PRA the most for Devin Booker, but I don't mind taking his over on 24.5 points either. Just think this is a really, really good matchup overall for Devin Booker. Usage has been really good lately. The role's been really good. I know Kevin Durant's coming back for this game, but even with Kevin Durant coming back, Booker should still be able to kind of soak up a lot of usage. Love the matchup for him, again, against a Utah team that's been very giving to guards this season and a Utah team that overall has just struggled defensively. And I was taking a look at some of Booker's numbers this year with Kevin Durant, with Bradley Beal healthy. So when Booker has played with Durant and with Beal this season, 10 games total, he has still gone over this PRA line in 6 out of 10 games with both those guys playing the season. You look at the games where he went under, he had 31 PRA against Dallas, also shot the ball pretty poorly, 5 for 13 from the field. He went under against the Lakers, 30 PRA, had shot 9 for 21 in that game. Went under against the Clippers, tough matchup, shot 5 for 9 from the field. And then went under against Phoenix, 22 PRA, shot the ball terribly, 3 for 18 from the field. So a lot of the games where Booker has gone under this PRA line with Durant and Beal, a lot of those games where he went under were due to some, just poor shooting. I think in a matchup against Utah, a team that doesn't really play much defense, Booker should be pretty efficient from a scoring perspective in the spot. And then I think, rebounding wise, assist wise, he should be able to, contribute with some of those stat types too. So I think the PRA is what I like most for Booker, but I think points is fine too. Really just love the spot overall for Devin Booker, and I expect his role to continue to be strong, even with Kevin Durant returning. So this is what we're going to roll with, guys, is our 3 props for this Friday night 8-game slate. We're going to take Jared Allen for more than 6.5 points in the first half. We're going to take Kevin Porter Jr. for less than 12.5 points. And we're going to take Devin Booker for more than 33.5 PRA. So if you guys are going to tell me on these 3 props for Friday, let's try and go 3-0 here, hit all 3 of these plays. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you guys did enjoy. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have a Prizepicks account, go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH. Get your $50 in promo funds instantly once you place your first lineup over on Prizepicks. But good luck, guys. Thanks for watching, as always, and we will see you in the next video.